Hello and welcome to this week's lesson. This week we look at words and phrases related to how students at university celebrate Christmas here in the UK. Most students here in the UK will stay at the university accommodation and celebrate with their housemates before staying with family over Christmas. We will be looking at the following words and phrases: festive, come on leaps and bounds, friend mass, divvied up the Christmas dinner, and secret Santa. As always, we help you with your pronunciation, help you understand the definitions, and help you to use examples of English. Please don't forget to stay until the end to test your knowledge by taking our quiz. Anyway, let's get started with the first word. This week's first word is festive. Now let's have a look at how we would pronounce this in a little more detail. Festive. And again, festive. Great. So now let's move on to the definition and look at an example for festive. So this is something relating to festivals and especially things related to Christmas. So an example is John and his fellow students looked forward to the festive period, which began at the beginning of December. Come on leaps and bounds is the next phrase we look at in this lesson. So let's have a look at how we would pronounce this. So even though it's a long phrase, it's quite a simple one. So come on leaps and bounds. And one more time. Come on leaps and bounds. Great. So now let's check out the definition and also look at an example. So the definition is: this is someone or something that has improved so much over a period of time. So let's have a look at an example for come on leaps and bounds. Looking back at her first term from September until the Christmas break, Amy felt she had come on leaps and bounds with her studies. The next phrase we look at is friend mass, and this is a rather informal phrase, but first we'll have a look at how we would pronounce it. Friend mass. And one more time. Friend mass. Great. So let's take a look at the definition and then an example. So this is an informal word meaning that you celebrate Christmas with your friends rather than your family. And the example is: Clive and the other students had a friend mass dinner before they left their accommodation for the Christmas holidays. Divvied up the Christmas dinner is the next phrase in this lesson. So as this is a fairly long and maybe a little complex word for some of you, let's have a look in detail at how we would pronounce this. Divvied up the Christmas dinner. And again, divvied up the Christmas dinner. Great. So as normal, let's have a look at the definition and then the example. So this is an informal phrase which means that each person has their own job to do. So looking at the Christmas aspect, an example would be, the Christmas dinner was divvied up, which meant John's job was to cut the carrots. The final word we have this week is Secret Santa. So let's have a look at how we pronounce this a little more slowly. Secret Santa. And again, Secret Santa. So I wonder what this could mean. Well, let's take a look at the definition followed by the example. So this is where a group of friends get together and are given a friend's name to buy a present for. And the example is, all presents are placed inside a Santa decoration and are handed out to their owners. The owners find out who bought them when they receive them. Now it's time to test your knowledge with our weekly quiz to see how much of today's lesson you can remember. So the question is, what is the phrase we use when organising which person does which job? Would it be A, planned up, B, divvied up, or C, shared up? And the correct answer is B, divvied up. Let us know in the comments if you got the correct answer. Thank you so much for joining us for this week's lesson. Next week, we will be looking at words and phrases to do with Christmas decorations. If you have any questions about this lesson, or would like us to explain a term for you from any context, then please post your question in the comments box below. We are always happy to help. Don't forget to like our video to help us get more viewers and expand our channel, in order to provide you with an even better experience. Why not hit the subscribe button and bell icon so you never miss our future videos?